गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So you are seeing the 10th Anuvaka, Tannamayityupasita and Parimarayityupasita Pariyenamayantisantaha Sayaschayam Purushe Yaschasavaditye Sayekaha. So Pariye Priya Bhratravyaha, up to there, that point we saw. Now Acharya Bhagavat Shankara Acharya ji explains to us Pranova Annam शरीरमन्नादम् इति आरभ्य आकाशान्तस्य कार्यस्य एव अन्न अन्नादत्वम् उक्तम्. Now see, प्राणो वा अन्नम् in 7th Anuvaka, Bhruguvalli. You can, if you want, you can see 7th Anuvaka, Bhruguvalli, where this food and the eater, they were explained. Prano va annam shariramannadam prane shariram pratishthitam sharire prana pratishtitah tadetadannamanne pratishthitam sayetadannamanne pratishthitam veda pratishthati. From that point, Bhruguvalli Saptamanuvaka and Akashantasya Karyam, and then where in 9th Anuvaka Bhruguvalli up to that point, Bhruguvalli 9th Anuvaka, it was said again that up to that Akasha, Prithvi, Ava, Annam, Akasho, Nadaha, up to that point. So, what is it now? Iti Arabhya, Pranova Annam, Shariramannadam, Ityarabhya, Akashantasya Karyasyeva, Anna Annadatvam Uktam. Now, up to that point, what is it now? This, where are these Anna and Annada? That is, Anna means food. Annada is eater. So Annatva and Annadatva, enjoyership and the enjoyed, the eater and the eaten. These two are in the realm of Karya. That is the thing. So body is the eater and the prana is eaten, and also body is eaten and the prana is eater. We saw that. So, what is it now? All this shows, see, Akasasya Karyasya Anna Anna. So, all these Anna Annadatva Muktam. Up to that point in the Akasasya Karya, in the entire thing, the effects. So, all these things, the effects of Akasha, and in this realm only, the Annatva and Annadatva, the eater and the eaten, enjoyer and the enjoyed, these two. Now, Uktam. Uktam nama kim tena? Now, so it might have been said, sir. So, what is that? So what? What is at your point of contention? So, Acharya says, Tena etat siddham bhavati. Now, what is that siddham bhavati? In all this Anna Annadatva which was explained, starting from Sharira is eaten, Prana is the eater, and also Prana is the eater. Prana is eaten, Sharira is eaten. Right from that point up to Akasha and Prithvi, everything is comprised within this. So, tena with this etat siddham bhavati karya vishaya eva bhojya bhoktatva kutaha samsaraha natu atmani iti. Now see, this karya, entire bhoktrutva, the enjoyer and the enjoyed thing, all this relationship between the eater and the eaten, the food and the eater of food, this relationship, where do we find all this relationship? The eater, as much the food which is eaten is in effect karya, that much the eater, the one who is enjoyer, is also a part of the effect only. Why? Because these two, eater and the eaten, they are within the comprising, within the realm of the karya jagat eva. Means what? Means this relationship between the eater and eaten cannot be applied to Brahman. Brahman is neither eater nor eaten. This is the point. So this tamasha which is going on, the bhoktru and bhojya padartha, both are in the realm of effects. Karya jagat eva. That's what 13th chapter also we come across. Where kshetrajna and kshetra, individual kshetrajna and his own kshetra, bhoktru and bhojya padartha. But Bhagavan says, sarva kshetreshu mam vidhi. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. That means what? The Brahman, pure Brahman, transcendental Brahman, is neither the knower or eater or eaten, is totally removed. Now, where is this tamasha going on? The play between the eater and the eaten, enjoyer and the enjoyed, this duality play is going on in the realm of karya jagat. That is what is to be told, understood. Tena etat siddham bhavati karya vishaya eva bhojya bhoktrutva krutaha samsaraha. So enjoyment and enjoyment, etc., etc., the samsara, the worldly existence, is karya krutameva, comprising of enjoyer and the enjoyed, and natu atmanayati, and not belonging to the self. This is understood. Atmanatu bhrantya upacharyate. So in the pure self, these are all superimposed through avidya or ignorance. आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? आप अहम 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 करता या अहम भोक्ता, this भोक्ता या भोक्तृ. Who is this भोक्तृ? And the bhojya padartha. These are the two relationships. But these two are, both are in the karya jagat. In the Brahman, the transcendental Brahman, these are not there. How can this relationship cannot be applied to Brahman? That's it. So what so far in the preliminary stages we misunderstand that the enjoyer is Atma, the Bhoktru is Atma, experiencer is the self. The experience, but experiencer also is in the Jagat, in the which experiencer, that experience which is in relation with the experienced, that is called Triputi. Therefore, that Brahman is referred as experience without experiencer. So, the transaction which is going on in this is all happening. Natu Atmani. In the pure Brahman or pure self, these are all absent. So, in the pure self, this Bhojya Padartha and Bhoktru, the enjoyed and the enjoyer, the eater and the eaten, all these are superimposed on Brahman. So, this samsara, what is samsara? Comprising of what is that? मैं और मेरा, तू और तेरा, और मैं और तू के बीच में जो खेल होता रहता है, और मैं और इस चीज, मेरी चीज के बीच में, my or mera sansar, anubhava, what you call experience that is born out of that contact between me and the objects of the world outside. So the result of that interaction, and therefore this the experiencer what we are talking about is also a part of the Karya Jagat, because that is superimposed on pure self. The pure self cannot be the experiencer, the eater, enjoyer, etc. Now question is, nanu atma api paramatmanah karyam tato yuktah tasya samsara iti. Now sir, Purvapakshi is asking opponent, sir, Atma api paramatmanah karyam. No, Atma, what you are talking about, Jivatma, individual soul, is also an effect of Paramatma, Karya, born from Paramatma, individual soul. Tataha yuktasya, therefore, it is quite appropriate or proper to say that the samsara belongs to Atma, self. Samsara iti, tasya samsara iti. Now, Siddhanta is what? So many Siddhantas are there. So, many Siddhantas are there. There the Paramatma is there and Jivas got separated from him, and Jiva is another product created by Paramatma, totally different from the Paramatma. He cannot be one with him. There are two things are there, Jivatma and Paramatma. So Jivatma also is given a status of reality. So he is a product created out of Paramatma. So the created product called Jivatma, who is a self separate from Brahman or the Paramatma, is existing. To him, this samsara be belonging to him, and therefore Paramatmana karyam. Therefore this Jivatma also is the effect of Paramatma, and to that Jivatma this samsara is belonging to. But that is not Siddhanta. That is entire totally wrong concept. So Bhagavan says, na. Why? Na, why? Because asamsarinaha eva pravesha srutehe. The Shruti Mata very clearly said that the asamsari means one who is not in the realm of the effect, Karya Jagat. Neither this cricket match which is going on between the experiencer and the experienced, or enjoyer and the enjoyed, or the eater and the eaten. And this Jagat, he is totally transcendental. So, asamsarina eva, because Shruti Mata speaks that about asamsari. Asamsari means that Paramatma who is transcendental. So, the transcendental Brahman is spoken of when it is said that tat srustva tadeva nupravishat. Now here, Paramatma created a Jivatma separate from him as a spark or separate entity from him. Was not said by Shruti Mata here. Shruti Mata says that tat srustva, having created all these names and forms, tadeva anupravishat, meaning he alone entered. When it is said he alone has entered, meaning he had not created anybody external out of him as an effect. So Jivatma is not a Karya. As you are understanding, what our Siddhanta is that Jivatma is only the Jivatva is a superimposition. It is not a reality. It is not a creative entity, created entity. So therefore, iti akashadi karanasya hi asamsarinaya paramatmanaha. So paramatmanaha karyeshu anupraveshaha iti akashadi karanasya. Thus tadeva tatrustva tadeva anupravishat iti akashadi karanasya, that cause of the space etc., the one who is the cause of space etc., he alone asamsarinaha eva, one who is not belonging to this samsara, the ephemeral existence, one who is totally transcendental, the pure Brahman or consciousness infinity. Paramatmanaha karyeshu anupravishaha, that Paramatma alone entered into this Jagat. So, what we call as Jivatma is actually none other than Paramatma eva. But then the question is now, it is Suryate. Tasmat Karya Anupravishto Jivatma Para eva asamsari. So the one that called one who is referred as Jivatma, the one who had entered into this Karya Jagat, the effects, is in reality Paramatma eva. Karya anupravishtaha jivaha, jivaha who had entered into this Karya, or Paramatma alone entered into this effects of this creation and appeared as if he is entered, and he is called as Jivatma, identified with different upadhis. So Paramatma alone entered. So in fact the Jivatma who is there is essentially Parayeva, Asamsari. So this Jivatma and Paramatma, they are not exactly two. The Paramatma eva expressing as in every entity he is there, but superimposed by ignorance. Afterwards ignorance entered. So therefore, Srasva Anupravishad iti Samana Kartrutva Upapattescha. Now see, having gone there he created. Having gone there he created means what? These two verbs belonging to same subject. See. These two verbs माने जो गया वही काम किया, जो गया यहां से निकल के वहां जाके खाना पकाया, माने जो गया और खाना जो पकाया, जाना एक क्रिया है, पकाना और एक क्रिया है. Two verbs are there, but subject is one. Then only twa pratyaya is used. Having gone pratyaya is used only when in one subject and two verbs. Here, tat srashtva tadeva anupravishat, having created, he alone entered. Meaning what? The one who had entered is not different from the one who is transcendental, the Paramatma, the one who created. So, sarka pravesha kriyayoscha ekaschet karta tataha tva pratyayo yuktaha. Only when karta is one, then only the tva pratyaya is understandable or it is justifiable. If the subject is different, you cannot use tva pratyaya. Having gone, having created, having eaten, he slept. Meaning, the one who had gone to sleep, the one who had taken food are one and the same. The subject is changed, then we say, he ate and he slept. He ate means some X ate and Y slept. X and Y are two subjects. X alone took food, X alone went to sleep. Meaning, he ate, having eaten, he slept. So having eaten has a matlab hai wahan pe. So therefore, this is the truth. Now the question is, pravishtasya tu bhavantarapatti iti chet. But then, the one, you said, sir, Paramatma alone entered into this Jagat in every upadhi and expressing as Jivatma, but in Jivatma essentially is Paramatma. Excellent. Now my question is, pravishtasya tu bhavantara apattihi iti chet. Now see, having entered, maybe he had undergone change in every upadhi. Thus he became individual, got separated from something. When we say, if we say so, can we say that? No, there is no change, undergoing change. Why? Praveshasya anyarthatveda pratyakhyatvatvat. Now you are understanding the meaning of entry. What is the meaning of entry? Paramatma entered into this Jagat. What is the meaning of the Paramatma entered into Jagat? The entry, meaning of entry has already been given, and it is totally different from your understanding of entry. Exhaustively we have seen in second valli, in sixth Anuvaka. Tat srashtva tadeva anupravishat. Meaning what? What is the meaning of Paramatma's entry into this Jagat? As he really entered and bifurcated, became many, became tukda, and in every upadhi he entered. We have seen this exhaustively. All those questions. So therefore, very basically, your understanding of entry is not correct. We already explained that. So you think that Paramatma, having entered, he undergone change. But there is no question of, there is no possibility to undergo change, for Paramatma to undergo change. आपको समझ में आ रहा है? आ रहा है होगा, आ रहा होगा, इसीलिए इस भरोसा पे हम आगे चलते हैं. You have to refer that sixth Anuvaka, the second Valli, sixth Anuvaka. Then only you will understand what Bhashya. वहां पे भी वो झगड़ा करते हैं कि कैसे एंट्री हुआ. So many Siddhanta. I am not giving deliberately any example now. And then there the creation means what also was said. What is the creation? The latent names and forms are brought forth, manifested. And the sun, we say sun had entered into 1,000 parts. But there is no change in the sun. Any limit for the possibility of reflections of that sun? No. As many upadhis or pots you can create, as many pools, as many pots of water, as much as you can put, infinity also, thus one sun can reflect in all of them. But in that reflection, there is no transformation in the sun, no change in the sun. In fact, entry has to be understood properly. This definition also is not completely correct, because sun is far away removed, pot is far away removed, there is a space in between, but all pervading self it is. How did he enter? So your understanding of entry, entered, Paramatma entered means something he transformed, he changed in every upadhi. That is a no. So praveshasya anyarthatveda pratyakhyatattvat, meaning the meaning of entry has already been explained differently, quite differently. So anena jivenatmana iti visheshashrutehe dharmantarena anupraveshaha iti chet. Now again that fellow asking. No sir, okay, it is said in Chandogya Upanishad, anena jivenatmana, meaning the Paramatma, he entered in the form of individual soul. Chandogya Upanishad says, jivenatmana, meaning Paramatma transformed into Jivatma and then entered. It is Srutehe dharmantarena anupraveshaha, it is said. So, thus through another attribute. So he in every upadhi, special attributes are there. He acquired special attributes. So one attribute to other attribute. There is a change in that. So Paramatma modified or what you call changed into Jivatma in every upadhi. If you say no, how? In the same Chandogya Upanishad it is said Tattvamasi. If really Paramatma had undergone change and he became Jivatma, and he is very unique in every upadhi, separated from Paramatma, as if Jivatma is totally separate, then why would the same Shruti say Tattvamasi? So there is no parinama, there is no change, there is no dharmantara prapti or dharmantarena anupraveshaha. No. Entered a different form with different attributes. No. That also is not correct. So therefore, na tattvamasi iti punaha tad bhavoktehe. Now you say, bhavantara apannasya eva tad upahartha tad apohartha sampada iti chet. Now if you say, another question again, if you say, it is a भावांतर आपन्नस्य एव तद अपोहार्था संपद इति चेत. Now the question is, sir, if you say again, Acharya says, if you say it is actually a process of meditation to super, say Tattvamasi Mahavakya. If Tattvamasi Mahavakya means, no sir, Tattvamasi Mahavakya means not that you are that one, it is actually indication of some kind of meditation to superimpose Supreme Self on us. It is only to feel that bhavana. So bhavantara apannasya eva tad apohartha. It is only to meditation to superimpose the higher on the lower. What is that? To remove the change, bhavantara. Bhavantara apannasya eva. The change, which has taken place, Jivatma I became transformed. To remove that change again, which Paramatma modified into Jivatma and he became Jivatma. To remove that again modification or change in the Jivatma, this meditation is given saying Tattvamasi. So I superimpose slowly the Paramatma on me. It is for this purpose. Iti chet. Na. Why? That also is not necessary, because there is Paramatma, Jivatma are not two, first of all, to superimpose Paramatma on Jivatma. Therefore, Acharya says here, na tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi. No, the clear sentence, when I quoted tattvamasi alone, you are mistaking my quotation. Now the full quotation is tat satyam sa atma. That is the truth, that is the self, and that you are, O Swetaketo. So there is no superimposition there. If Paramatma, Jivatma are one very clearly, and how can you say Paramatma superimposed on himself? So this Tattvamasi Mahavakya is a realization. It is a Upadesha Vakya to recognize our identity, true identity. It is not a mesmerism or hypnotism, or to say that I am separate from Brahman. So in order to become Brahman, I have to superimpose Brahman on me. So whatever you are thinking, what is that now the Purvapakshi is trying to prove? Purvapakshi is trying to prove that the Jivatma or entered the soul, the one who had entered, is separated from Brahman. He is totally another individual. How can he be one? There is a transformation, there is a change in Brahman. Brahman modified. All these are all iti samanadikaranyat, because these two, samanadikarana means these two are placed on same pedestal. Who? Jivatma and Paramatma. Same. That the what you call Devadatta example was given there. Soyam Devadattaha. Soyam Devadatta means that he alone, it is this Devadatta. Soyam Devadatta. An example we saw sometime in the past. Why? Upadhis are removed. Same individual. So Upadhi, in Tattvamasi, in Tat and Tvam, there are two different Upadhis are there. So the Asi is identity. Oneness is realized between Tat and Tvam. So first Tvam Pada Shodhanam, purification, and Upadhi of Tvam, when it is set aside. Upadhi of Tat, Ishwaratva, Sarva Vyapakatva, all those Upadhi, Maya, Samastu Upadhi is taken out. Then what is Tat and Tvam is nothing but consciousness alone. Therefore, that this consciousness, one who is in Tvam, consciousness which is in Tat, both are one and the same. There are not two consciousnesses. They are not alike. They are identical, meaning they are one alone. There is a total, no, not identical. There is an identity. Identity means there is only one alone. There are not two. One appearing as two because of upadhis. Samanadikaranya. Drushtam jivasya samsaratvam iti chet, sir. But why are you saying that jiva is, that samsara is not belonging to transcendental Brahman, jivatma is Paramatma, but it's very clearly experienced in this world that samsara, this kind of transmigratory existence is clearly seen, perceived. Jiva's samsara is seen by one and all. It is perceived clearly. How can you say that? Dushtam jiva samsaratvam iti chet. Na. Why? Bhagavan Acharya says no. Why? Upalabdhuhu anupalabhyatvat. Because perceiver you say, jiva's samsara is seen you say, but actually the perceiver can never be or cannot be perceived. How can the perceiver be perceived? We saw that in Drugdrushya Viveka. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drikruta Drishyam Draktumanasam Drishyadhi Vrittaya Sakshi Drugeva Natu Drishyate. He cannot be seen. So, samsara dharma visishta atma upalabhyata iti chet. Sir, one more question. No, if he says that individual soul, along with worldly attributes, samsara dharma visishta, is perceived because every samsara dharma is there, dharmas. So, along with dharma, samsara dharma, the jivatma who is identified with dharma, and though all those dharmas or attributes are seen, worldly attributes ke saath. Samsara dharma is there. Sukha, dukkha, I am seeing. So jiva is identified with them. And jiva is suffering. So I saw them. Acharya says no. Why? Dharmanam dharminaha avyatarekat karmatva anupattehe. Now see Maharaj. Because attributes are there. How can you separate dharma from dharmi? Dharma is attributes. Attributes of particular thing, vastu we take. We saw all this in second value. Dharma is there. Attributes are there. Now how can you separate attributes? Like for example, blue lotus. Nilotpalam. So what is dharma? Nila. Nilatva. So how can you separate Nilatva from that particular lotus? So you cannot separate dharma attributes from dharminaha avyatarekatvat avyatarekat karmatva anvapattehe. Example, ushna prakashayoho dahya prakashatva anvapatitvat. Now see, heat and fire are there. Ushna and prakasha. Ushna is fire, heat, prakasha is light, whatever you say. Heat and fire, they cannot be subjected to burning and illumination. Why? No, fire cannot burn itself. What is the dharma of fire? To burn. But dharma of that fire, that burning power, is inseparable from fire. Since the burning power in the fire cannot be separated from the fire, therefore burning power in fire can burn anything else except fire. So burning power and fire cannot be separated. When you lit a fire, there is a burning power. Like that. You can't burn the fire. So therefore, Maharaj, dharma and dharma also cannot be separated. So jiva with the dharma, with samsara dharma is seen, that also is not possible. Okay. Now, त्रासादि दर्शनात् दुःखित्वादि अनुमीयत इति चेत. Now sir, no, but he is trying to prove jivatva. Acharya Shankara says the sorrow of jiva is also not real. He says one can infer the sorrows of soul, the jiva. How can you say that the dharma attributes are not the jiva and samsaritva, that transmigration and then samsara, bhada, dukkha, whatever are they experiencing, are clearly seen, noticed, anumiyate through inference. We saw so many people suffering. So samsara, that jivas, dukkha, trasadi, etc. Trasa means fear. Fear, etc. is seen in the jiva. Anumiyate. Through inference, all these are not noticed. Sorrow, dukkha is seen. Why? Fear, etc. are seen in it. So all these are inferred. What is inference? Through inference we can see the jiva is possessed of sorrow, because in the jiva fear, etc. is clearly seen. Very clearly seen. So you prove now? No. Why? Trasadehe dukkasya cha upalabhyamanatvat na upalabdahu dharmatvam. Since they are perceived, they cannot be belonging to the soul. If they are perceived, they are not belonging to me. Beautiful. So since they are perceived, they cannot belong to self. They cannot be belonging to self. They cannot be Atma Dharma or Jivatma. No. तुमको ये महसूस हो रहा है कि नहीं दुख? हाँ. दुख दिखाई पड़ रही है कि हाँ. भय का भान हो रहा है? हाँ. दिखाई पड़ रहा है? हाँ. इसका मतलब आप भय नहीं है, दुख नहीं है. हो गया काम. Sir, that means what? You are not allowing us to happily sit and cry also. Not allowed. Because if they are perceiving them, they are not belonging to. Now, ultimately he says, Kapila Kana Adadi Tarka Shastra Virodha iti chet. Now, what you are talking is totally against Kapila Siddhanta and also Kanada Siddhanta. Kanada is each anu, Atma is like atom. A separate entity, it has its own qualities. 27 qualities are so there. So many qualities are atoms. So Atma also is an atom according to Kanada Siddhanta. With all properties. So many dharmas are there. Kapila also. That it is separate. Purushas are plenty. Sankhya. So you are talking about, there in Sankhya Siddhanta, Purushas are many, Prakriti is one. So one Purusha may liberate, but other Purushas are still in bondage. There is one Purusha who is all capable, is called Ishvara. So there the multiplicity of souls or Purushas are told. Kanada also, you are going against them. So inka praman kya hai? Kanada and Sankhya. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Na tesha mola bhave veda virodhecha bhrantatva upattehe. Bas. Their philosophies have no basis. Why? Veda virodhecha. Because they are totally opposed to, contradicting the Vedic wisdom and knowledge. And हमारे लिए वेद प्रमाणम. वेद में ऐसा कहा नहीं, कहीं नहीं दिया कि ये अलग है वो अलग है. So ये का प्लस विरोधेचा प्लस therefore भ्रांतत्व उपपत्ते है, and we can call their philosophy as भ्रांति. Their भ्रांति it is, their erroneous philosophy. Erroneous philosophy is every Purusha is separate, or every like Atma also is like an atom. It is that Siddhanta itself is wrong, erroneous. Moreover, Shruti Upapattibhyam cha Siddham, and moreover from Vedas, Shruti plus Upavattabhyam. Vedasram also reasoning. It is Siddham. That, what is the Siddham? Atmanaha asamsaritvam ekatvacha. The asamsaritva, the transcendence of the existence of the soul and also the oneness of the self is clearly now noticed and seen through, from reasoning, also from the Vedas. So you cannot say that the Atmans are plenty, Paramatma modified, he entered into every upadhi, then he became a Jivatma, then he became an individual soul, then the samsara dharma, he believed all those samsara dharma's attributes attacked him, and he is of all this nature of change and dukkha, sukha, etc., etc. All this is all wrong. Paramatma only entered, you said, but the entry is different. So whatever you say, it's all. Ekatvam iti uchyate. Sayaschayam purushe. Where is that? Katham ekatvam iti uchyate. Now how is that it's all one? How can you say it's one? Shruti Mata, Veda Mata say? Veda Mata declared in very Upanishad itself. Sayaschayam purushe yascha savaditye sayekaha ityevamadi purvat sarvam. All these things to be construed, understood as already explained. As explained what? In Brahmananda Valli 8th Anuvaka. We say Sayaschayam purushe yascha savaditye sayekaha sayevam vid asman lokat pretya edamannamayamatmanupasankramati edam pranamayamatmanupasankramati edam manomayamatmanupasankramati asman lokat pretya. See, having gone from this world, he attains that oneness with the physical Virat, all the prana, then all those things up to Anandamaya Koshtak explained here. What is that? Sayaschayam purushe. Saha yaschayah aschayam purushe. The one, the Purusha who is in this man, the one who is in this man, person, and ayam purushe, yahacha asau aditye sa ekaha. And the one who is residing in Aditya, Surya Bhagavan, is one. Why also Aditya also was taken? Utkrishta Vastu. We saw in Bhashya. Therefore, he is a one, non-dual nature. So, oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma are already explained. It's all one only. There are not two. So, all this is to be understood as already explained. Iti puravad sarvam saya evam vit asman lokat pretya etamannamayamatmanamapasankramya etam pranamayamatmanamapasankramya etam manomayamatmanamapasankramya etam vijnanamayamatmanamapasankramya etam anandamayamatmanamapasankramya iman lokan kamanni kamarupyanu sancharan etat samagayannaste ha voha voha vo ahamannam ahamannam ahamannam. Next page. Ahamannam 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 ahamannado hamannado hamannadah अहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृत अहमस्मि प्रथमजारुतास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य नाभायि यो मा ददाति स हि देवमावाह अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाद्मि अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाद्मि अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवाम् सुवर्णज्योतिः य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत्. This we will take up tomorrow. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो. हरि. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज